Hi, I'm Mark Amender, and this is The Brink. Reagan versus Trump. How are they similar, and how are they different? Well, both of them used communication technologies to blast away the conventions of the past and to tickle the id of Americans in ways that the media was flummoxed by. Of course, President Trump with audio and television and visual images, and Donald Trump with Twitter and Facebook. President Reagan had preternatural confidence in his ability to go in a room and convince anyone of anything. Donald Trump seems to have the same confidence. Both men have very strong black and white visions of the world. Both men see themselves as saviors. Nominally, both men are Republican and rode to power with a revolution of sorts, but that's where the similarities end. Reagan's, you could call it, savior complex was based in some reality. When he was growing up, one summer he saved the lives of 77 people as a lifeguard. His favorite book was a book called The Printer of Udell by an author named Harold Bell Wright. And this book basically is about said printer, guided by deep faith, who saves a sainted mother from an alcoholic father. That was something Reagan was very familiar with. And after Reagan was elected to office and survived his assassination attempt, he told a cardinal visiting from the Vatican that his goal in life now, with the time he had left, was to do everything he possibly could to make the world as safe as possible. Principally, he believed that meant saving the world from the encroachments of communism, which for Ronald Reagan disproportionately affected children. Donald Trump's savior complex, hard to see what it is based on his career. I'm not going to play amateur psychologist here. There are plenty of people who will do that, but Ronald Reagan's sense of himself was based on a stronger foundation. And the same thing goes for his ability to go in a room and to connect with anyone and to convince them to do anything. For Reagan, it was based on a lifetime of doing just that, not just charming people, but actually convincing them to change their minds. And it was also based on a foundation of confidence and competence, because Reagan read a lot about the Soviet Union. He asked hundreds of visiting scholars with political backgrounds all across the spectrum, why do the Russians fear me? What do they want from us? And he really wasn't ready, he recognized, to speak with Russian leaders until he fundamentally understood what their needs were. And in turn, he could balance that against U.S. priorities. And that indeed is what he did. Donald Trump has no discernible empathy, and his relationship to Putin is purely transactional. He is also attracted to qualities that Putin has that Donald Trump envies. One of them is Putin's power over his people, his absolute power to command attention and to dictate public opinion and to decide what goes in newspapers. And that's not something that Donald Trump has, but it is something that he wants. Now, there is absolute value in upsetting the apple cart and in talking to world leaders one-on-one. But there is no reason to think that, absent a true understanding of what Putin's intentions are, Putin seeing this as a zero-sum game and not as a transactional relationship where both countries can benefit, it's hard to see, given the fact that both countries have committed tens of billions of dollars or rubles to rebuild and modernize their nuclear weapons, how this summit or other summits in the future will reduce nuclear tension around the world. So for the time being, even though smiles may cover it, we will remain on the brink. I'm Mark Amender.